Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? So today, we're going to try to work on the CRX a little bit. Now that it's back at the house, we're going to get to work on it, man. I'm either going to do the bumper supports, prep and paint the bumper supports, or I'm going to remove the spot welds on the passenger side seat floor rail and take out that piece because it's super rusty, and then put in the used / new seat rail for the floor on the passenger side. But before we do that, a couple days ago I went to Harbor Freight. I bought a new tent because you guys saw in one of the videos that my tent was cooked. It got ripped up, all the bars got bent. So I went and bought a new one. So now I'm going to go ahead and put that together first before I start working on anything on the CRX.
Walk with me.
Time lapse over. Canopy is up. I went ahead and cut a foot off because I didn't like how high it was. And you'll notice here on 3 corners we put buckets with cement. You can see the cement on the inside. We put buckets with cement because we don't want the same thing to happen again as it did last time when it got blown away. So canopy is up, and let's start taking a look at the passenger side seat rail. Like I said, so you can see here, I got a fat little hole right there that sees the floor. Hello. And then you could obviously see the rail is cooked. This side obviously must have sat under the rain or the tree a whole lot more, or in the dirt a whole lot more, because it's really cooked. So I'm gonna look around and see if I have spot weld drill. If not, I'm gonna have to run to the depot, to Harbor Freight, and buy a couple and drill out the spot welds. Ended up finding one from when I was doing the engine bay at Will's house. If you guys remember, I was working on the motor mount, so I found one. But what I don't have is a center punch, and I might as well pick up another like 1 or 2, because I know they're not, again, we're talking about Harbor Freight, so I know that they're not great quality, and I'm gonna need more of them. So I'm gonna have to make a run real quick to Harbor Freight. But before I take off, I went ahead and brushed up. I used that little brush right there. I brushed up around it, and then I vacuumed everything around it as well. So I can get somewhat of a better idea as to what I need to clean up and what needs to go and what doesn't need to go. So let's make a run to Harbor Freight. Just got back from Harbor Freight. $200 goddamn later, I went to just go get a damn a center punch and some the drill bit for the freaking weld, the spot weld removal kit, whatever the freak you want to call it. Whatever. I ended up buying my dad a hitch to lower it because his truck is mad high, so the tow hitch obviously is super high up and we need it much lower. when we pull things. So I ended up buying him that, so that's why it came out to $200. And then I also did end up buying 3 spot weld drill bits and I think 2 center punch tools. So I went a little ham, but I knew that I'm going to need them, so might as well have bought them now since I was already there. So I went ahead and grabbed the center punch and made a couple holes. I can't exactly see exactly where they are, but I'm pretty sure that there's 4 in this little section here. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get those 4 drilled out. And then as I go ahead and get those out, I'll try to like lift it and figure out exactly where the next spot ones are, because it's kind of tough with all these. Oops, let me get a little further. Sorry, it's kind of tough with the rust being where it is. It's hard to see anything. Whoops, I wanted that for. So you could see, I tried not to go all the way through. This one, unfortunately, I did go all the way through. But I'm trying not to go all the way through. That way it could give me almost like a spot so that I know where to put the next one, this next little rail that I have here. So I'm trying not to go all the way through because I don't want to create actual holes like that. So I took the center punch, made my hole, took this guy, took him, where the hell you at? My bad. Took him and slowly just made the hole. I didn't go ham. You want to try to go slow with it. You don't just want to go crazy. And then yeah, I'm gonna just start trying to lift up that piece and find the rest. This is the madness, guys, that I have going on in the background. Natalie acting like a kid. I got my 3 nieces and the neighbors. So if y'all hear, if you guys hear all that madness in the background, it's my little ones and grown woman over there acting like a kid. So you guys saw, I used the grinder. It was just easier to get rid of the pieces, but this car is pretty rusty. So unfortunately, some of the parts, some of the welds are going completely through. I'm trying my best not to. You can see how I did, most of them. I'm trying my best not to go all the way through, but I know that there's a way. If I'm not mistaken, it's with a copper spoon is what they call it, so that when I go to spot weld again, I put the copper spoon behind it and I should be good to go. It's got half of it done. We got the other half to go, man. We're slowly but surely getting there. Somewhere in that area. It's hard to freaking see, man, so I'm almost guessing as to where each one is. And like I said earlier, you don't want to go crazy. You don't want to just, because it's just gonna freaking knock it like off center. So you just want to slowly go to it. So what helped, guys, just now, what helped was when I'm going down, think of it as almost like the circle or a square has 4 points. The square has 4 points. But think of like maybe using the edge of it to get started. You start on that side and you come this way, put a little edge on that side, put a little edge on the back, little on the front, and then that way you do have somewhere where it's gonna sit and it's not gonna take off on you. rail is out. She came out in pieces, but she came on out, man. It's completely freaking out. So now I'm gonna vacuum it again. I'm gonna go ahead and take the wire wheel and clean up all of that, and then get it ready for when I bring in, like I said, the newer one. I'm gonna probably wire wheel that at the same time, which is the back rail for the back seat like bolt. I'm gonna go ahead and probably prep that and wire wheel that off. Make sure that that's still okay, and then I'm gonna spray it with a rust. It's a liquid to prevent the rust from coming back, and it seals it so that it doesn't spread anymore. So let me go ahead and clean this up and then go get the wire wheel. This package came in a while back, which is it's my rear bumper support and the seat rail. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up this package, get the seat rail out, and then see what I have to do in order for it to go into the car. Opened it up, and you could see the guy who I bought it off of, he just cut a big rectangle out of the floor, which is fine, which is perfectly fine, but I don't want to do that with the CRX. So I have to clean this up as good as I can so I could find the spot welds, and then just take my time more on this one than obviously the one that was in the car. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I'll do that on my own time, but just know it's pretty much the exact same process as I did inside of the car. Go ahead and clean this up real quick. Try to spot each spot weld, which I can kind of tell where each one is by looking at that one over there. So I have a good idea as to where they're gonna all go. Cool, boom, boom. I just gotta clean up real quick and then get to cleaning this. Anybody who wants and or needs this like rust neutralizer solution liquid, this is what it is. This is what I bought. Just sprayed it on the parts that I cleaned up to hopefully again stop the rust, prevent it from coming back, prevent it from spreading. So I just sprayed it. I sprayed it. You can see it's wet. Pause. And that over there. It actually looks worse on camera. It is not that bad. But sprayed it. I'm gonna let that dry. And like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and go clean up that other rail to get it ready for the install. Took some good old degreaser. Remember, that is not all-purpose cleaner. There is simple green degreaser in there. So I went ahead and cleaned her up, and man, you can see the spot weld now. So much easier everywhere. Like, it's gonna make my life much easier to remove this one and then spot weld it back onto the CRX. I already closed it all up. It looks like it's about to rain. It looks like it's about to rain, so I may just call it a day. But if it doesn't, I am going to go ahead and try to remove those spot welds so that it is ready for the next day when I do work on the CRX. I can go ahead and spot weld it back to where it's going to go. Obviously, it is not going to stay blue. It's going to be white as well. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Hopefully, you guys, you learned a little bit from the whole spot welding drill bit, spot weld bit, how to remove it and what to do with it. Thank you guys. As always, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that notification button, man, so that you guys can get the latest and you guys can get the videos as soon as I post it. Y'all know what it is. Chase the dream, not the competition. Peace, guys.